Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you that shortcut, that inside track on critical fields you might not be thinking about. Today we're looking at something really interesting. A bit of a paradox in the job market, actually. It's a career field that offers, well, stability, good pay, and maybe most importantly right now, a real chance for quick advancement.
Right.
We're talking about building code professionals. The inspectors, plans examiners, code officials. These are the folks making sure buildings, everything from a house addition to a skyscraper, are actually built safely, correctly. They're kind of the unsung heroes keeping structure sound or people safe. Now, I know enforcing rules might sound a little, well, dry, but the job market situation right now, it's created this huge opportunity.
It really is.
We've got data showing this massive talent gap opening up. People are calling it the silver tsunami. Lots of retirements coming. So our mission today, let's unpack that data. We want to show you why getting into this public service role now could put you on a serious fast track.
Yeah, it's a crucial job. I usually explain it as where hands-on construction knowledge meets public safety rules. The code professional is the one who ensures, the structure is sound, fire safety is there, plumbing, electrical. It all meets the minimum standards.
They're the final check.
Exactly, the final sign-off. It's really about prevention. Preventing problems, protecting the community before anything happens.
And it pays well too, right?
Okay.
Especially for a stable, often government-backed job. Sometimes people think public sector means lower pay.
Not really the case here. The numbers are pretty solid. For 2024, the median pay for construction and building inspectors is hovering right around $72,000 a year.
Okay.
That works out to, about $34.67 an hour. That's a strong middle-class wage.
And $72,000 is the median. So there's room above that. What's the potential at the higher end?
Oh yeah, the range is pretty wide. Specialization really matters. So entry-level folks, maybe the bottom 10% might start closer to $46,500. But if you get specialized, certified in multiple areas, maybe become a chief building official, the top 10%, they can definitely clear $112,000 annually.
Wow.
And actually, there's another angle. If you end up working for a private engineering or consulting firm doing this work, their median pay is even a bit higher, near $76,940.
Okay.
But, the salary isn't the whole picture. The stability factor comes from where most of them work. The vast majority are employed by local or state governments.
Right. Good benefits.
Exactly. Great benefits usually. Health insurance, and often, really importantly, defined pension plans. We see in surveys, yes, salary matters, but that stability and the benefits package, that ranks right up there with job security as the reason people go into this field.
Job security. That's the perfect transition. Because the job market itself is where this big opportunity really is. We found this slightly confusing statistic first, though, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. They project a small decline overall, like 1% fewer jobs over the next decade. That seems weird. Why would that happen?
It does seem counterintuitive, doesn't it? That 1% dip. It's probably down to things like technology making processes more efficient, maybe fewer people needed per plan or view with digital tools, something like that. But honestly, it completely hides the real story.
Which is?
The replacement need. That tiny decline means almost nothing when you look at who's actually doing the job right now. So despite that flat projection, the estimate is that the U.S. will need around 14,800 job openings every single year for the next 10 years.
14,800 a year.
Yeah. And those aren't new jobs from growth. Those are vacancies, open slots from people retiring or just leaving the field, guaranteed opening.
Okay, that is a massive number of vacancies year after year. That points to a serious issue with, keeping experience in the field.
It absolutely does. And the workforce demographics explain why. Get this. Nearly 85% of the current code officials, they're over 45 years old.
85%.
Yeah. It's a workforce with incredible experience, but it's definitely an aging one. They're basically all approaching retirement age around the same time. That's your silver tsunami right there.
So let's put some numbers on that retirement wave. How quickly are we talking? Are they leaving soon?
The data is pretty stark. Over 80% say they plan to retire within the next 15 years.
Okay, 15 years, 80%. That's huge.
But the really immediate pressure point, roughly 30% plan to retire within just the next 5 years.
30% in 5 years. Wow.
Yeah, think about that. Losing almost a third of your experienced staff in just 60 months. How do you manage that?
You can't. Not easily.
Yeah.
That reality, it totally changes things for someone new coming in. This isn't just finding a stable job anymore. It sounds like you're jumping into a situation where they need you to advance fast.
That's exactly it.
When 30% of your senior people walk out the door, departments can't afford to have slow, traditional career paths. They're going to have to train and promote the newcomers much quicker.
Precisely. If you enter this field right now, your odds of moving up quickly, getting into senior inspector roles, maybe management, eventually aiming for that certified building official title, it's just way higher than in most other technical fields. That shortage of experienced mid-level people, it's going to push anyone with aptitude right up the ladder quickly.
Yeah.
The folks coming in now aren't just filling spots. They're going to become the next wave of leadership. It's almost guaranteed.
That's really compelling. Okay, so the demand is there, advancement looks fast. How do people actually get started? Do you need like a specific 4-year engineering degree or something?
That's one of the great things, actually. It's not a single rigid path that makes it accessible for people maybe changing careers or coming from different backgrounds. There are really two main ways people tend to enter the field. And no, neither one absolutely requires a specific university degree, though plenty do have them.
Okay, let's talk about the first one. The one that maybe seems more obvious coming from the building trades. The hands-on route.
Right, the trades route. That accounts for almost half, 46% of the current code professionals. These are people who started out as, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, HVAC techs.
They know how things are actually built.
Exactly. They have that practical, real-world understanding. The usual baseline is a high school diploma plus maybe 5 or more years of skilled trade work. These folks are often a natural fit for the field inspection side of things, getting those residential or commercial building inspector certifications.
So, like, if you're a plumber who's maybe getting tired of the physical demands, this is a way to use all that knowledge in a different way, a respected, probably better paying way.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic transition for many. The learning curve might be more around the regulations, the code interpretation, the report writing, but their foundational knowledge is invaluable. They know where mistakes happen.
Got it. Okay, what about the other main path, people coming from more of an academic background?
Yeah, that's what we can call the design route. This group makes up maybe 27 to 35% of the workforce. These are often people with degrees in things like civil engineering, architecture, maybe construction management.
More theory-based.
Right. Their strength is often in understanding the complex systems, the blueprints, the engineering principles. They often gravitate towards roles like plans examiners, the folks working more in the office, reviewing the complex drawings before construction starts. That's where that design knowledge really shines.
It sounds like the industry really needs both kinds, the practical know-how and the theoretical understanding. That flexibility must be a strength.
Definitely.
But okay, regardless of how they start trades or design school, at some point they need to prove they know the codes, right? Through official tests.
That's where the certifications come in, specifically the ICC certifications. International Code Council. Their credentials are pretty much the gold standard across the U.S. Local jurisdictions, cities, counties, they often require these specific certifications. Things like the residential building inspector, that's B1. Commercial building inspector is B2. Building plans examiner, B3. Those are some key ones. They basically prove you can read, understand, and apply the specific building codes used in that area.
And construction is always changing, right? New materials, new techniques, energy efficiency rules. I'm guessing it's not just a one-time test you take.
Oh, definitely not. It's really a career of lifelong learning. The main codes, like the International Building Code, the energy codes, the mechanical codes, they get updated every few years, usually on a 3-year cycle. So to keep your certifications active, you have to earn continuing education units, CEUs.
Makes sense.
It forces everyone to stay current, which is obviously great for public safety. But it also keeps the job interesting, you're always learning.
Okay, let's pivot a bit towards the future. We've talked pay, stability, the huge job opening situation. What else is making this field attractive, maybe especially for the younger generation coming in? What trends are shaping it?
Well, there are two big things happening right now, I think. Sustainability and technology. They're really changing the game.
Sustainability. Okay. How does that fit in?
So we're seeing much wider adoption of things like the International Energy Conservation Code or other specific green codes. This means code professionals are suddenly right at the forefront of climate resilience efforts. They're the ones enforcing requirements for better insulation, high efficiency windows, smarter HVAC systems, sometimes even things like passive solar design.
So if you care about the environment.
Exactly. If you're passionate about reducing the carbon footprint of buildings, enforcing the codes is a really direct, impactful way to do it. The inspector is the one making sure those sustainable designs actually get built correctly on site.
That's a powerful role. Okay, so sustainability is one. You mentioned technology is the second big shift. How's that changing the day-to-day?
It's moving fast. It's way beyond just, submitting plans electronically now. We're seeing a big increase in the use of remote virtual inspections, or RVI.
RVI, how does that work?
Basically using technology video calls on a tablet, maybe smart glasses, sometimes even drones, to conduct certain types of inspections remotely. Instead of driving out to every single site for every check, some can be done virtually.
That sounds like it could be way more efficient. And maybe better for the inspector's work-life balance, too. Less driving.
It absolutely is. It saves a ton of travel time, lets departments cover bigger areas, or maybe handle more inspections with the same number of people. It just streamlines things. Plus, digital code books are common now, sophisticated software for reports and tracking. The whole job is getting much more tech-heavy.
Could that open up, like, hybrid roles eventually, some
Yeah.
remote work?
Potentially, yeah. Especially for things like plan review, or maybe even some types of RVI could be done from a home office setup down the line. It's evolving.
Okay, let's tie this all together for everyone listening. We've got a critical career field here. The pay is solid median around $72,000, often with great government benefits and real stability.
Right.
We know the job itself is important, it's varied, and it's now playing this key role in sustainability and tech adoption.
Right.
But the absolute kicker, the main takeaway if you're thinking about a career move, it's this massive generational shift. With 30% retiring in just 5 years and 14,800 openings needed every year just for replacements. This field isn't just stable, it's practically guaranteeing rapid advancement for the next generation coming in.
Yeah.
There just might not be a better time to jump into this market. The opportunity is baked in.
And that brings up a really interesting final thought for you to chew on. We said 80% of the current folks are retiring in the next 15 years. So, the people coming in now, the new inspectors, the new plans examiners, they're likely much more comfortable with digital tools, mobile tech, right? It's just normal for them.
Mm-hmm. Digitally native, yeah.
So as these newcomers quickly move into leadership roles, because they will have to move up fast, think about how quickly they might push for full adoption of tools like remote virtual inspections or fully electronic permitting systems nationwide.
So the generational shift itself accelerates the tech adoption.
Exactly. This transition isn't just about filling seats. It's probably going to trigger a complete digital revolution in how construction oversight is done, led by the incoming generation. It could fundamentally change safety enforcement across the country, maybe within the next decade.
An industry transformed by the people stepping up to fill the gap. Powerful stuff. If you're looking for stability, a sense of purpose, and, frankly, a clear path to leadership right now, take a serious look at your local building department.